Let me paint a picture for you.
Oh, a picture. This should be good.
It is Monday morning, 9 o'clock. Fresh week, clean slate.
Beautiful. Very motivating already.
You open your to-do list, and it is
Long. How long?
17 items long on a Monday.
17 things before the week has even started.
Each one feels important. Each one feels urgent.
And you sit there looking at all 17.
And your brain says, right, where do I even begin?
And the answer your brain gives you is,
Make a coffee first. Definitely make a coffee.
the coffee is not on the to-do list, but somehow it becomes priority 1.
Then you check your emails, just quickly.
Just quickly, for 15 minutes.
Then you reorganize your to-do list, because maybe the layout is the problem.
New font, different colors, maybe a new app.
The to-do list app downloaded to manage the to-do list.
The procrastination that looks exactly like productivity.
That is the most dangerous kind.
It genuinely is. You feel busy, you look busy.
But at 5 o'clock, you look at the list. Still 17 items.
Untouched, every single one.
We have all had this day. More than once.
More than we would like to admit.
And the problem is not laziness. It is not a lack of effort.
The problem is not having the right system and not having the right words.
Today, we fix the words part.
Because once you have the English vocabulary for productivity and time management,
You can talk about it, plan it, and actually do it.
exciting, starting right now. Let's go. Hey everyone, welcome back to FluentLife English.
Your favorite place to learn real English for real life.
I'm Amelia.
And I'm Liam, and we are genuinely so happy you are here today.
Today's episode is B1 to B2 level.
If you are B1, this episode was made exactly for you.
If you are B2, you will find some really rich and useful vocabulary today.
And if you are A2, stay with us. You will follow more than you think.
We always explain everything step by step. Nobody gets left behind.
Before we jump in, one small favor.
If Fluent Life English helps you learn, please like this episode.
Subscribe to the channel and leave us a comment below.
And today's comment question is this. One sentence only.
What is your biggest time management challenge right now?
For example, my biggest challenge is getting distracted by my phone.
Or I struggle to focus when I have too many tasks at once.
Liam, what is your biggest time management challenge?
Starting things. I am very good at planning things.
And doing them?
That is a separate skill that I am actively developing.
Actively developing. Very professional way to say working on it.
See, I'm already using good vocabulary. We are learning together.
Let's start with the foundation.
Before we give you phrases, we need to understand the key words.
Because these words come up everywhere.
In work conversations, in job interviews, in English classes.
How productive are you? How do you manage your time?
Are you good at prioritizing? Do you meet deadlines?
All of these questions, all of this vocabulary starts right here.
First and most important word, productive.
Productive means doing a lot of useful and effective work in a given time.
Think of it like a factory. A productive factory makes many good things efficiently.
A productive day, you get meaningful things done, real progress, real results.
For example, I had a really productive morning. I finished 3 big tasks.
Or, I don't feel very productive when I work from home.
That second one, very relatable, very real.
The home has too many comfortable distractions.
The sofa, the kitchen, the television that is just right there.
The television knows exactly when you need to focus.
And it always offers something very watchable at that exact moment.
Next word, procrastinate.
To procrastinate means to delay doing something you need to do,
You keep putting it off, finding other things to do instead.
like reorganizing your to-do list in a new color-coded app.
A very specific example that I fully relate to.
For example, I always procrastinate when a task feels too big or too overwhelming.
Or, I've been procrastinating on this project for 2 weeks now.
Also, a very specific example with a suspicious amount of detail.
Completely fictional. Moving on.
Next, deadline.
A deadline is the date or time by which something must be completed.
Not finished eventually, finished by this specific moment.
For example, the deadline for this report is Friday at noon.
Or I work better under pressure when I have a clear deadline.
Some people genuinely do work better near a deadline.
The deadline creates focus that nothing else can create.
It is not ideal, but it is effective.
Panic productivity, a very real phenomenon.
Not in any textbook, but absolutely real.
Next, prioritize.
To prioritize means to decide which tasks are most important and do those first.
Not everything on your list is equally important, even if it feels that way.
For example, I've learned to prioritize my most important tasks first thing in the morning.
Or, can you help me prioritize these tasks? I'm not sure where to start.
Next, time management.
Time management is the skill of using your time wisely and effectively.
Planning how long things take, organizing your schedule, not wasting time.
For example, good time management is one of the most valuable skills in any job.
Or, I've been working on my time management skills this year.
And the last essential vocabulary word for this section, overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed means feeling like there's too much to handle at once.
Your brain and energy are completely full. Nothing more can fit.
For example, I feel overwhelmed when my to-do list has too many things on it.
Or, she looked completely overwhelmed by all the new information.
I think overwhelmed is one of the most important words in this whole episode.
Why?
Because so many people feel it, but don't have the English word for it.
And when you don't have the word, you can't explain it to anyone.
You can't ask for help, you can't set boundaries, you just carry it alone.
But now you have the word, and you can use it.
I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed right now. That sentence can change everything.
It really can. Use it. You are allowed to say it.
Okay, section 2. The phrases that make your English sound genuinely professional.
Because knowing single words is great, but phrases are where the magic lives.
Real phrases. The ones people actually say in meetings, emails, and conversations.
Not textbook phrases, real ones.
Let's go group by group.
First group, phrases for planning and organizing your time.
First phrase, I like to plan my week in advance.
In advance means before something happens, ahead of time.
For example, I plan my week in advance every Sunday evening.
Or she always books meetings well in advance, so everyone has time to prepare.
Next, I block out time for.
Block out time means to reserve a specific period for one thing only.
Like putting a fence around that time. Nothing else gets in.
For example, I block out time every morning for my most important work.
Or I've started blocking out time for exercise in my diary.
Blocking out time sounds simple, changes everything.
It does, because if you don't protect your time, other things fill it immediately.
Always, without exception.
Next, I try to tackle the hardest task first.
Tackle means to deal with or take on a difficult task directly.
For example, I try to tackle the hardest task first before my energy drops.
Or she tackled the most complex problem at the start of the day.
This is sometimes called eating the frog.
Eating the frog, the most unpleasant task, done first.
So everything after it feels easier by comparison.
Once you've eaten the frog, the rest of the menu looks quite nice.
That metaphor is strange but incredibly accurate.
Strange and accurate, the best kind of phrase.
Second group, phrases for talking about focus and concentration.
Because staying focused, especially in the age of notifications and social media,
Is genuinely one of the hardest skills of modern life.
our phones are designed to interrupt us constantly.
They are very good at their job.
Unfortunately, yes, extremely good.
First phrase, I find it hard to focus when,
For example, I find it hard to focus when there are a lot of notifications.
or I find it hard to focus in noisy environments.
Next, I get easily distracted by.
Distracted means your attention is pulled away from what you should be doing.
For example, I get easily distracted by my phone when I'm trying to work.
Or he gets distracted by everything when he works from home.
He, definitely he, not anyone specific.
Completely general, very hypothetical, he.
Absolutely. Next phrase, I try to work in focused blocks.
This means working in concentrated periods with no interruptions.
For example, I try to work in focused blocks of about 90 minutes.
Or she works in focused blocks and takes a proper break between each one.
This connects to something called the Pomodoro technique.
Oh, great reference.
You work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break.
Named after a tomato-shaped kitchen timer. Pomodoro means tomato in Italian.
Productivity advice brought to you by a tomato.
The tomato that changed how millions of people work.
An unlikely hero, but a very effective one.
Next phrase, I tried to minimize distractions.
Minimize means reduce to the smallest possible amount.
For example, I put my phone on silent to minimize distractions while I work.
Or, working with headphones helps me minimize distractions in busy spaces.
Third group, phrases for meeting deadlines and managing workload.
These are essential for professional English conversations.
First, I'm on track to finish by,
On track means progressing as planned. Everything is going the right way.
for example, I'm on track to finish the report by Thursday afternoon.
Or, are we still on track for the Friday deadline?
Next, I'm falling behind.
Falling behind means not keeping up with the schedule or plan.
For example, I'm falling behind on this project. I need more time.
Or, I've been ill this week and I've fallen a bit behind.
This phrase, saying I'm falling behind, takes courage sometimes.
It does, because admitting it feels like failure.
But it is not failure. It is honesty. And honesty allows solutions.
If you say nothing, nothing gets fixed.
If you say I'm falling behind, someone can help.
Always better to say it early.
Next, I need to wrap this up.
Wrap up means finish or bring something to a close.
For example, let's wrap this up. We only have 5 more minutes.
Or, I need to wrap up this project before the end of the week.
Very common in meetings. Very natural, very useful.
And finally, I have a lot on my plate right now.
Oh, this one, a classic.
A lot on my plate means you have many responsibilities or tasks at the same time.
Like a plate that is absolutely overflowing with food.
You ordered too much, but now you have to eat it.
For example, I have a lot on my plate this week. Can we reschedule?
Or, she has a lot on her plate. Let's not add more tasks right now.
This phrase is so useful because it explains without complaining.
It says, I am busy. I am managing it, but I need some understanding here.
Polite, professional, completely natural.
And everyone who has ever felt overwhelmed at work will immediately understand. Okay, section 3. Real life, real conversations.
Because this vocabulary does not belong only in your head.
It belongs in your mouth, in your messages, in your meetings.
Let's look at 3 situations where this vocabulary works perfectly.
Situation 1, a conversation with your manager or colleague at work.
Your manager asks, "How is the project going? Are you on schedule?"
Here is a natural, confident answer.
"I'm on track for the main deliverable. I should have it done by Thursday."
I've been prioritizing the research part first, as that takes the longest.
"I'll admit I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed with the volume, but I'm managing it."
I've blocked out tomorrow morning to tackle the hardest section.
Did you hear all the vocabulary in there?
On track, prioritizing, overwhelmed, blocked out time, tackle.
All from today, all in one perfectly natural professional answer.
That is exactly how a fluent speaker sounds in a work conversation.
Confident, self-aware, organized, real.
Situation 2, a casual conversation with a friend or study partner.
Your friend asks, "How has your week been? Have you been productive?"
Here is how you can answer naturally and honestly.
"Honestly, it's been a mixed week. I had a lot on my plate.
I procrastinated on Monday, completely lost the morning to small tasks.
But Tuesday, I worked in focused blocks and got so much more done."
I'm trying to get better at not getting distracted by my phone during work time.
That answer sounds completely real.
Because it is completely real. Every learner has had exactly that kind of week.
And now they have the English to describe it.
Situation 3, a job interview, the big one.
The question every candidate dreads a little.
How do you manage your time when you have multiple tasks and deadlines?
Here's a strong, natural model answer.
I try to plan my week in advance, usually on Sunday evenings.
I prioritize my tasks by deadline and importance, most urgent things first.
I like to tackle the hardest task at the start of the day when my energy is highest.
I also block out focus time for deep work, and I try to minimize distractions during those periods.
If I'm falling behind, I communicate that early so the team can adjust if needed.
That answer would genuinely impress in almost any interview.
And every phrase in it came from today's episode.
You just went from beginner productivity vocabulary to interview-ready English.
In one podcast episode?
That is not a small thing. That is real progress.
And you did it. You showed up, you listened, you grew.
I want to say something before we go to the word tour.
Please.
Productivity is not about doing more things.
Say that again.
Productivity is not about doing more things. It is about doing the right things.
And doing them well, with intention.
The goal is not a longer to-do list. The goal is a meaningful to-do list.
A list of things that actually move your life forward.
And today, you have the English to talk about all of it.
Which means you can think about it more clearly, plan it more clearly.
And do it more clearly.
Excited? Word tour time. Let's finish strong.
Okay, slowing everything down for our word tour.
8 key productivity and time management phrases from today.
Clear explanation, real example, slow repeat.
Say each one out loud. Your voice makes it stick.
Ready? Let's go.
First word, procrastinate.
To delay doing something important by doing less important things instead.
Example, I tend to procrastinate when a task feels too large or unclear.
Repeat slowly. Procrastinate.
Procrastinate.
Second word, overwhelmed.
Feeling like there is too much to handle, more than your energy or mind can manage.
Example, I felt completely overwhelmed when 3 deadlines landed on the same day.
Repeat slowly, overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
Third phrase, block out time.
To deliberately reserve a specific period for one important task, protecting it from interruptions.
Example, I block out 2 hours every morning for deep, focused work.
Repeat slowly. Block out time.
Block out time. Fourth phrase, prioritise.
To decide which tasks are most important and complete those before the others.
Example, learning to prioritize properly changed how productive my days feel.
Repeat slowly. Prioritise.
Prioritize. Fifth phrase, on track.
Progressing as planned. Everything is going in the right direction on schedule.
Example, I'm on track to finish everything before the end of the week.
Repeat slowly. On track.
On track.
Sixth phrase, falling behind.
Not keeping up with your schedule or plan. Progress is slower than it should be.
Example, I'm falling behind. I need to ask for an extension on the deadline.
Repeat slowly. Falling behind.
Falling behind.
Seventh phrase, wrap up.
To finish or bring something to a close, used for tasks, meetings, and conversations.
Example, let's wrap up this meeting. We've covered everything we needed to.
Repeat slowly. Wrap up.
Wrap up.
Eighth and final phrase, a lot on my plate.
Having many responsibilities or tasks at the same time. Feeling very busy and stretched.
Example, I have a lot on my plate this month. Can we push the meeting to next week?
Repeat slowly. A lot on my plate.
A lot on my plate.
And those are your 8 productivity power phrases for today.
Use 3 of them this week in a real situation.
A message to a colleague. A conversation with a friend. A comment below this video.
Every single time you use a new phrase, it gets closer to feeling automatic.
And one day, it will be automatic.
Because that is how fluency works. One real moment at a time.
Okay, time to wrap up today's episode.
Using the phrase we just learned. Very smooth.
Intentional. Completely intentional.
Here is your simple takeaway from today.
Productivity is not about working harder or longer.
It is about working with intention, with a plan, with the right words.
And now, you have those words.
Your action for this week is simple.
Use one phrase from today in a real conversation or message.
I have a lot on my plate. I'm on track. Let's wrap this up.
Even one phrase used once makes it yours forever.
And go to the comments right now.
Tell us, what is your biggest time management challenge right now?
One honest sentence. We read every single one, always.
If today's episode helped you, please like it and subscribe to Fluent Life English.
And share it with one person who has 17 things on their to-do list today.
They need this. We know who they are.
We all know someone. It might even be us. This was Fluent Life English.
I'm Amelia.
And I'm Liam. And remember,
It is not about doing more things.
it is about doing the right things.
And doing them in English, confidently and naturally.
Bye, everyone.
See you in the next episode. Go tackle that to-do list.